I'm Pete Nowaski, and I'm here at the Donnie Smith Show in St. Paul, Minnesota. And in this video, we're going to introduce Rob from SBC Performance and talk about how SBC and Nowaski are influencing the performance motorcycle industry.
How's it going, everybody? This is Matt with Nowaski Performance. Today I'm standing with Rob from SBC, and for people who may not know, can you introduce yourself and maybe give us some background on you guys and where you started, things like that?
Yeah, so this is Rob with SBC Performance. We started in 2009. We started off building motors, doing some bike work, slowly grew into starting to do some manufacturing, grew into dyno tuning, then it's engine machining, and now we're machining and building all our own billet parts and performance crash bars. We've been doing it a long time. Yeah, I mean, that's about it, man.
Yeah. So we're here at the Donnie Smith Show. How long have you been coming to this show? Because you're pretty close to here, right? Like 20 minutes or something, I heard?
Yeah, we're about 40 miles south of here. Super easy drive. We come up here every year, have a good time. Usually we have a bike that we built for this thing, but we're just too busy with Daytona this year. Typical Daytona crunch stuff. We've been coming up here for about 15 years, trying to support the local riding community, show people what we do locally, bring kind of the nationwide scene of same thing you guys are into, the performance stuff, to Minnesota. And we're slowly getting it there. I like what I'm seeing, and I like what guys are doing now. It's more our style, and we've been trying to push that for a long time, but it just takes time.
Yeah. How long, when you guys started building bikes, was it more oriented towards the performance side always, or did you guys switch gears eventually, or what was that like?
So when we started, I was building more motors, performance style. It wasn't anybody's style at the time. So we switched. We built some big wheel bikes. Kind of my thing was, I'll cut your frame, weld your frame, do all the work, but you had to build a motor too, because I wasn't into really making things look pretty. I wanted them to go fast. So.
Yeah. So obviously with your guys' crash bar, you guys do quite a bit of fabrication in-house, and sounds like with frames and all that stuff.
Yeah.
When you were younger, did you have a lot of interest in fab work and welding? What was your reason for getting interested in that in the first place?
Well, I grew up with a dad that was tearing his Harley apart in the basement, so that's what kind of inspired my interest in Harleys. Then I rode Jap bikes, loved the speed. Then I got into snowcross racing, super late model racing, which that's a lot of fabrication work. And then I was assembling motors for a guy out of Shakopee, Minnesota, that built some serious high performance stuff. I learned a lot from him, learned a lot about how cylinder heads flow, learned a lot about machining, running CNC machines, things like that. And when you start building motors for guys on Harleys out of your garage 20 some years ago, pretty soon it turns into an addiction, and you turn your hobby into your real life business and career. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So you touched on machining. You guys machine quite a few of your own parts. What, maybe just give me a rundown on some of the stuff you guys machine.
So we got our risers, floorboards, shift arms, brake arms. We got some trinket stuff. We have right now we're staying so busy with our crash bar and riser and handlebar stuff that it's hard to get our machines switched over to making some of the new stuff, which we just purchased 2 more CNC machines, which should help us be able to release new parts faster. That was kind of our struggle here the last couple years, and now with those 2, I've been able to release 3 new parts in at least the last month. So we're gonna have a bunch of new stuff coming. Our crash bar stuff, we bend it all in-house, weld it all in-house. I mean, all our parts are 100% made in our shop. So
What's that like to just walk out into your shop and see machines like turning out parts? Like, could you ever imagine that you would have that one day, or?
it was almost like a dream, because you have to work so hard to get to that point where you can financially take that risk. And when I hired Toby 8 years ago, I'm like, dude, we're going to have a CNC machine in our shop here shortly. And he's like, there's no way. Because you know how to do it? And I'm like, I know a little bit. I'm like, but it's just like everything else. You can teach yourself. And now here, 8 years later, we're just hammering stuff out and making parts, and hopefully everybody likes them. And, we try to keep our quality at the highest, and, keep it, I guess it's ego or whatever.
Addiction
that, like we pride ourselves on all our parts are just made by us, So if you call with questions, you're talking to the guys that make them. So.
Yeah. So, Nowaski, we want to obviously sell products from brands that we know we can trust, and, that brands that put in the same amount of effort into their products that we do. How important to you is that, as far as like the community and all the manufacturers of these parts that people are putting on these performance bikes?
Oh, that's huge. I mean, I always look for, like-minded companies, that we want to put on our website as well, and Nowaski, you guys put out an awesome product. My whole thing is I can push it to my customers if I believe in it. And I believe, I've had your guys' shocks on my bikes. They work flawlessly, I know you guys know dyno tuning, like we're starting to get back into the ThunderMax stuff just on these new bikes, so I was going to give you guys a call and get some. My brain, I haven't used a ThunderMax since 2012, so I'm a little bit rusty on my ThunderMax game. So I'm going to be giving you guys a call to get some pointers back on that. I know you guys are the kings of the ThunderMax. So, but that's kind of the gist of it. Guys that are, in the industry pushing their brand, like-minded individuals and teams, and, none of us are huge corporations. And a lot of us get along great, so if I believe in a product, I'm all for pushing it. It's just like in Sturgis. Guys come up and ask me, what do you guys think? I'm like, go over to Nowaski, talk to those guys. I know they're just other big brands, but, it's one of those deals where I'm kind of, what I like and have tried, and I've tried them all, is what I'm going to push. So.
Yeah. You can't sell something you don't fully believe in.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. Well, do you have anything new coming out this year? Anything else that you want to bring up or touch on as far as product lines?
We have some new parts coming for the 24, 25s. I don't want to talk about them yet, just because every time I talk about something, somebody else beats me to it. So,
right.
I'm going to kind of keep that quiet for a little bit. We're just going to keep doing what we do, trying to build quality products. We're going to try to up our production game even more. I don't know how that's possible, but we're going to give it a shot. And get ready for Sturgis, and have a good rally out there. Support our friends, and we're a small performance community, really.
Performance Rose, place to be, right?
Yep. if you're looking for suspension, crash bars, carbon, engine tuning, what else? Turbos, cams, Performance Row is the place to go. And again, this is Rob with SBC Performance. You can find us online at our website, sbcperformance.com. We're going to be hooking up here with Nowaski, doing some things together with these guys. So, yeah, just if you're on the road, stop by in Sturgis and check us all out because we'll all be there.